Well, howdy tubers. Well, I made a couple videos yesterday and I was bending the flanges on this D bulkhead. But anyways, I was making a couple videos and then when I went to put them on, I seen that there was a great big blank space in there. And this morning, I think I figured out what happened. And I know exactly where I did it at. Matter of fact, that's that little dark spot. Well, I was filming and I laid my phone down, but instead of shutting it off, I laid it down and it was just filming that spot right there for like 3 or 4 minutes. And then, of course, then I picked up the phone and I was going out to the garage to show you the build up wing ribs on the H5. And of course, then I bent down to turn the phone on and of course turn the phone off. So that upset me. So I just gave up on doing anything yesterday. But got a lot of things I'd like to get done today. And one of the things I was showing them in that video was that I found out that I could, of course, with it not in the form here, but I could put the bulkhead down over my belt sander here, and I could get down in here and sand, like 90% of that across there and get it nice and straight and smooth, and then, of course, finish it up with a file. But I thought that was pretty cool. Now, of course, this isn't a Harbor Freight one, but I believe theirs is pretty much similar. Now I see something that it probably wouldn't have worked if I hadn't have done this in the first place. I just see this because I added this table on here, of course, out of I don't think that's MDF, but anyways, added this table on there, which is, of course, there's the top of the actual table. And if you go over here, you see this here is sticking up above. Well, I guess it still does just a little bit. But that sticks up above, so if you were doing what I was doing, it wouldn't have worked. So you may have to add you a piece of wood on top of your original table. Of course, I did that so I could put a groove in there so I could... where is that at? Well, it's around here somewhere. Just so you could do 90 degrees to there. So, anyway. Oh, here we go. I don't know if this is the one that fits it or not. I don't think this is it. No, that's for the bandsaw. Hang on. There we go. I found it. So I could square up things with that. So, anyway, I got a message from a guy that said about bending these tabs over. He said, why not use I'll say a rivet gun with a flush rivet. Dumaflitchy, that's professional word, in there. But he said make it out of brass. And I thought, well, I didn't want to waste any brass. But it's bad enough wasting 1.5 inch aluminum there. But I got her turned down, and my gun will go on there. So cut that off with a bandsaw and reface it, and we will give that a try. I mean, I think this is just going to snap off. Of course, I won't have the pressure up very high, or at least at the beginning, just see what it takes to do it. But let's give that a try. But I'll just start linking a bunch of videos together. I've been thinking about, there was another guy that wanted to see what all this slip, break, and shear does. Of course, that's already telling you what it does, but he wants to see it work, I guess. And I did a video on that, and that's one of them that I erased too. So I'll have to show you that. I bent this piece and was showing him what that piece was, but I'm thinking that at least, of course, this will be for the scratch builders. I may end up just going ahead and showing you how to make the build-up ribs. And let me show you. Okay, so here's the build-up ribs on the H5, which are the same on the Ultra Cruiser too. And I have brought down the piece that I used to form those nose ribs there. And then, of course, you can see in here all the uprights that are in there to hold that are to stiffen up more for the step is. Now, of course, the skin on the H5 is 25 thousandths inboard here. And then there's a 40 thousandths doubler underneath here for the step. So this booger feels pretty solid there. Now on the Ultra Cruiser, of course, this is 16 thousandths skin, but it still has that 40 thousandths double under. It still has all those uprights that are added to. Okay, which one's the additional? Okay, yeah, this one here, this rib here is the additional rib that's added to this left side. And those have got the addition of those other uprights that I showed you for step support, I guess, or people support. So, of course, got a flap here. And I use it on landing anyways. So, let's see. Okay, and I thought I'd show making a aileron rib. I've already got those form blocks made. And then this here's for the nose rib that I just showed you. And I just cut up a whole bunch. And I'm at this point, I'm not remembering how many ribs there are in the airplane. Of course, there's where I told you there's a extra rib there for the step. There's not one for the nose ahead of the spar there. So you don't have to count that. But anyways, I cut out a whole bunch of these and then bolted them together and then cut them out on the bandsaw. And then here's my form block, and I use that existing hole that I used to bolt them together to bolt it to the form. And of course, I'll show you on this one. Since I took my router and broke the bead around there so it isn't square. So when you form it around there, you're not forming it around a square sharp edge. You've got a little bit of relief there. But on these, since you make a left and a right, then I did both sides. I did all around here and all around here. Now on the bulkhead ones, of course, you only form in one way, so you didn't have to do both sides of the forms to do them. So that's just kind of things I'm thinking that I might show more for, of course, the scratch builder. And here is, I still got some of these because I made too many, which is okay. But this is one of those upright diagonals, or what do you want to call it, in the build-up ribs. That's 7/8 wide, and you bend it a quarter and then 3/8, a quarter and then 3/8, and then a quarter. And like I say, in the last video I showed bending that, and then the video got screwed up. So we're trying again on this video, and I don't know that I need to show you how to bend on the bulkheads, because you bend one, you bend them all. So I don't know that that I'll show much more of that, but I guess I'll see if I can get any feedback on going ahead and going with making a build-up rib. So I guess that's let's see. Let me see if I can think of anything else. I was just reading on my template here that it's supposed to make 2 each. Of course, I believe this is probably for the H5 because I'm seeing this cutout here, and that's on the H5. But 2 out of 25 thousandths left and right, 4 out of 20 thousandths, 2 left and 2 right, and 2 out of 20 thousandths, 1 left and 1 right that's got this cutout in it. So, but on the Ultra Cruiser, I think the inboard one that takes the bolt for your aileron, for the aileron linkage, I think those are 25, and then the outboard one, and possibly if you got one inboard, if you're making your ailerons out of 2 pieces, well then the inboard one would be 22. I mean 20 thousandths. So I guess that's a good enough video, and I don't think I had any blank spots in it. So there you go. And please hit that like button. I keep forgetting to say that because I know when I'm watching videos and somebody says that, and it reminds me to do that. So that, I think it's supposed to help somehow or another. But please do that and have a great day. There you go, and God bless.